This is the Empress Zoia, and it is by far the most complicated guitar pedal that I have ever encountered. It actually shares more in common with a modular synth than it does your run-of-the-mill guitar pedal. Now, for most guitar players, this can be really intimidating as it's far different than a regular pedal and requires a pretty big learning curve if you're not familiar with modular synths. So, if you don't have the time and the energy to learn how to use it, is it still worth it? That demo was created using only sounds from the Zoya. That means the drums, the synths, the guitars were run through it, as well as even the bass. Now, the cool thing about it is that I did zero programming to create that demo. It was only using presets that already come on the Zoya or patches that you can download from a website called patchstorage.com. The Zoya is like no other pedal that I've ever played because it can be used as an effect to affect an instrument like keyboards or your guitar, or it can be just used as a standalone instrument, as a drum machine, as a synth, even self-generative looper type effects. It can do so much. But the downside of this is that it can be hard to navigate. It has so much potential that if you don't know how to use it, you can feel kind of lost. When I first got the Zoya, that's exactly how I felt, a little lost. How do I create patches? How do I navigate this thing? I watched a few videos and I realized very quickly that it was a very complex pedal with a lot of cool abilities, but was going to require a lot of study to really master it. Now, especially with how busy I've been this year and how much I've been on the road, I just didn't really have the time to dedicate to learning the Zoya and learning about everything that it can do and how to program it. So I started exploring some of the presets. I went on Patch Storage and downloaded some patches that people had made that I thought might be cool, started checking those out, and I realized that the potential of this pedal is huge, not only for what somebody can program and create themselves, but also the community aspect. Currently on Patch Storage, there are over 1,100 different patches, ranging from simple effects to things that are a bit more complicated, like synths or multi-effects. Now, that is plenty to keep you busy for a long time, exploring different sounds and different ways of creating music. But as easy as that sounds, there is a bit of a learning curve as far as downloading patches and uploading those to the Zoya, and then even getting around on the patches and tweaking them. Some patches are kind of difficult to figure out how to tweak, how to change certain things on it, so it is worth putting in just a little time to figure out how to navigate the Zoya. Once you figure that out, there are tons of great sounds to mess with. The Zoya is capable of all kinds of sounds, from drives to fuzzes to delays and reverbs, tons of different modulations, and really just an endless connection of all of those different things to tweak them and connect them to adjust each other and all that kinds of stuff. That being said, I think a lot of the patches that you tend to find on patch stores that other people have made definitely kind of range in the modulation and verb and delay, and then even weirder things like self-generating loopers and that kinds of thing. So if that's, the kind of stuff that you're into, the Zoya is going to get you all kinds of great sounds. If you're looking for kind of a multi-effects unit that's going to give you great drives or just all basic effects, this might be a little more than you need. I think the biggest win when it comes to the Zoya is just the community aspect of the pedal. I can go on and explore other people's patches and find sounds that I would have never created or never thought of and integrate those into what I'm doing. Even when creating the demo, I kind of did things differently and explored things in a different way than I would have if I just sat down and plugged in my guitar like normal. One of the patches was actually kind of programmed weird, and even when I was playing a D on my MIDI controller, I actually found out that it was a C, that the whole thing was a step off. But I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just kind of playing and creating, and it ended up taking it into somewhere that I never would have went. It ended up making it kind of a flat 7 deal rather than the root. And again, it inspired me. It pushed me into a direction that I wouldn't otherwise have went. Even if the Zoya is intimidating and you're not necessarily looking to learn a pedal, I think there are tons of great sounds in it, and the ability to access all of the sounds on patch storage really makes this pedal kind of endless with the things that you can do with it, and makes it ultimately a great studio tool. I don't know that I would put this on a pedal board to play live unless I just had 1 or 2 sounds that I was really looking to get from it. I think that navigating it takes some learning, it takes some getting used to, and in a live setting, maybe if I was using a MIDI controller where I could swap things that way, I'm not sure that I would get a lot of use of it in a live setting. Obviously, your results may vary, and for certain kinds of music or even a keys player, this thing could provide tons of uses. I am always looking for tools that help inspire me and push me into different things and get me out of ruts and that kind of thing, and I think the Zoya definitely does that. If you are looking for other kinds of pedals, definitely check out some of my other videos. I did one on the Particle from Red Panda. That was super cool. The Mood from Chase Bliss. I will link those in the description as well as at the end of this video. If you haven't done so already and you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. Both of those are 2 easy ways that you can help support the channel. All right, that's going to do it for this one. And until next time, I'll see you out there.